Hey, hi, hello. It's so awkward making intros to videos. Okay, so today I just want to talk about human beings. I am having a rough time with some humans and a rough time accepting that human beings are flawed. And the more I talk to other people, I feel like that's the common thing that people go through. And we just put so many people on pedestals and we expect them to be a certain way and not have flaws. And when they do have flaws, we get disappointed and hurt. And we think, that makes them not a good person. And so that's kind of something I want to talk about. So clearly, if you're a family person or a friend or whatever, then you know that I've been through some tough shit. I've made a lot of mistakes in my life, and I'm only 24, so I think that says a lot. I've done some pretty awful things, and in the process hurt some people that, I can't say I regret doing things because they have made me who I am today, and they have given me strength and knowledge, and have given me the ability to be more empathetic towards people. So that's awesome, but I do regret that I hurt people in the process of doing those things, and that includes people like my best friend, my mom, my family, my siblings. I know I've hurt you guys, and I know I've hurt, I'm sure I've hurt other people. I've hurt people that I've, dated or slept with or whatever. And but in that same token, I want people to start realizing that I think we need to stop thinking about people as black and white, and I don't mean racially. I think the world, at least in American society, and I've talked about this before, we want to put people in boxes. So this person is either good and this person is bad. It's kind of like when you go to church. A person, if you drink and gamble, you're bad. If you hired a hooker, you're bad. But people are not one thing. And it's been a very hard lesson that I've had to learn. And it's made me very bitter, because for a while there I was just focusing on the bad things in people, because every single person on this planet has a dark side, whether they want to admit it or not, whether they show it or not. Every person has a dark side, and it's kind of like you get to choose whether you act on the good side of you or the dark side of you. And I think, when it comes to people who have been drug addicts or alcoholics, or in my case, kind of sex obsessed, that's when you start acting way too much on the dark side. And it's a very human thing. It happens. And I don't think that makes a person a terrible person. I don't think we should give up on people who make terrible, awful decisions. Maybe some people would disagree with me, but, my grandpa has said, he doesn't believe that people can change. And I think as far as core personality, like your sense of humor maybe, so I don't know, I can't say that I don't believe people can't change, because I think I've changed tremendously. And it's not necessarily that I've changed, it's that I've chosen to embrace a different side of myself. And so instead of acting on the parts of myself that get me into trouble, I'm really choosing really hard to act on the good parts and be vulnerable and stay soft in a world that is so bent on making us hard and bitter and just that kind of stuff. But I just think that it's kind of an interesting thing to look at when you look at, for example, somebody like Hitler. And yes, he did some terrible, terrible, terrible things. But I think, and I could be grossly wrong, but there's like a picture out there of him holding his, grandson's or nephew's or son's hand or something, and he looks soft and like he just is gentle in that photo. And so that, Hitler had a side of him that was gentle. And I think in order for me to survive in this world, I have to believe that most people, I'd say about 80%, 85% of people have that soft side to them. And I think if you're willing to see past someone's flaws and give them a chance, and if you believe a person is good, then that can help them, that can bring out their goodness. I think I've seen that a lot with being here in California. My grandparents don't know a lot about my past, and I kind of like it that way. I have told them bits and pieces, about me walking the streets and, well, not really doing that, but back in my sugar baby days, when I was, I guess turning tricks for money. And I think because they also see that they've known me as a child, they see that my core personality is sweet and gentle and kind and giving, and they see me like that. And because I think they see me that way, it's easier for me to bring out that side of me, and not act on the darker side. When people believe, it's hard when you're surrounded with people who believe or who know about your mistakes and who know your fuck ups, and they, it brings out the worst in you. So I guess I just encourage you to not see things so black and white. People are multidimensional. There's so many different facets and things to a single human being. A single human being is 1,000 things, and I fully believe that we all have the universe inside of us, and we're all intrinsically connected. And when you look at the larger picture, we create something so beautiful, and that includes our flaws. And we try so hard in society to push down negative feelings and so hard to not accept our flaws and try to change our flaws, but we need to realize that having flaws is what makes us beautiful. I think it's, I have some flaws. I know, I'm someone who is easily addicted to things. I guess my the 7 deadly sins, my thing would probably be gluttony. Like, I would go to that part of hell or whatever. But because I've realized this, I've taken action and taken responsibility for that, and tried my very hardest, and I'm not perfect, trust me, to understand that about myself and accept it. And the more I accept it, the more I don't have to act on it. the more I'm just kind of like, yeah, that's the human part of me, you know? It's a part of me, you know? Maybe you like Brussels sprouts. I don't think that's a good thing, but hey, that's what makes you you. You know, you do you, boo-boo. Go eat that Brussels sprout. That's a part of you. It's like, I want to get that across to people. And the more I realize it, and the more my church that I go to talks about it a lot. We talk about, you know, human beings and, you know, that we have to put good energy out to get it back. So, you know, when you see a person who's struggling, especially, you know, I think in terms of like, because we think drug addicts and alcoholics and stuff are like the dregs of society, or prostitutes or whatever, you know, you have this dirty like thing, you know, judged on them, prejudged, like, oh, they're just disgusting human beings, they're awful human beings. They're just a human. They've probably been through similar things, probably worse things. There's a reason they are the way that they are. Not that ever excuses anybody's you know, actions, but I think if we understand that, we can also lend a helping hand, and I believe it's our job as human beings to help each other. You know, we're here, we're not alone on this planet. We're here to help each other and build each other up and build a better life for each other. You know, that's why I think society, or not just society, the world is in such a bad place right now. We're all arguing. If we could just accept that none of us are perfect, there's no perfect human being out there, then I think we could be more accepting of each other, and loving, and just, it's a very hippie thing to say, I realize this. You know, I believe in energies. I just want to eventually, for myself and for other people like myself, who have made many mistakes, to be able to be seen as human beings. I think it's so easy to give up on a person who has made bad decisions. Someone's walking by. You know, someone can make the same mistake 1,000 times and still not learn, but that doesn't mean we shouldn't keep trying. Just give people a chance. That's all you have to do. Give people a chance. I know, you know, I've been told by my therapist and everybody else not to get in people's business and that I shouldn't help. But I think if you learn to create healthy boundaries and you start getting in touch with yourself and, you know, what your body needs and all that other hippie bullshit, then you can learn to help other people with getting so totally involved. And I don't know, maybe I just think we should all stand in a circle together and sing Kumbaya. I don't know. That would be nice though. So I guess if you have a friend who's struggling, I know it sucks and they're probably going to treat you like shit, but please don't give up on them. It's amazing what it can do for a person if you believe in them and give them a chance. And that's all I want to do when I make a friend or get into a relationship. If you believe in that, if you believe in a person is good, then that will bring out the best in them. So do that. Think about it. Anyways, I better go. I'm running out of time. I love you lots. Take care of yourself. Do something nice for yourself. And have a wonderful day. Bye.